So the cricket in Mexico is still quite a young sport. It's still quite a minority sport over there. In terms of a grassroots conversation, how was it trying to get that bit closer to the mainstream?
So before I left, we were discussing the exact same question that you were saying, like how can we, progress the junior setup within Mexico? So, the main one was to go into local schools around the areas within Mexico City, for example. And, I've put on a couple of sessions a week of cricket, basically. Just some fun, quick cricket sessions, just so they understand how to hold the bat, when to run, stuff like that. And then obviously from that, you can then see certain players who have the natural ability of hand-eye coordination of of hitting that ball, or the release point of bowling the ball. So since I've left, I've been in touch with the guys over there, and they've got involved with a couple of schools. One of them being Wingate School. Another one was the Greengate School as well. So they were a couple of schools that they've got involved in, and that now cricket in Mexico has grown a lot over the past 5 to 10 years, for example. It's now in a lot of states in Mexico. So instead of it just being purely Mexico City, we're looking at kids in Guadalajara. Well, there's a big setup in Guadalajara. There's a big setup now also in Cancun. We've got Monterrey as well. So Nuevo Leon, which is the state there. And Los Cabos as well. So it's not just centralized in Mexico City. We're looking at now going out of Mexico City, going out into the bigger cities other than the main one, really.
Is that just through getting into the local schools, or is that?
So that's due to having some people involved in the committee that have either moved out to them cities or know people within them cities as well. So in Cancun, there's a few people, a few players there who play in the national men's team. There's a few people from Monterrey. There's a few people from Guadalajara. They all come. They've all got their individual teams now. So it's not just, dips and drabs now. Now there is actually a Guadalajara team. There's actually a Monterrey team. There's actually a Cancun team. When I was there, they were trying to get Los Cabos. Obviously, Mexico City have a team as well. And there's some others that I haven't mentioned that are also getting teams together. And we're looking at obviously making a proper Mexico cricket championship now.
When I watched the Mexican Championships that summer, there's a lot of British and Australian faces. There's a lot of Indian and Pakistani faces. Where hockey is already quite strong. It seemed to be predominantly an expat game. Is that changing? Is that?
Well, the biggest thing now is you're right there with the expats. Obviously, we've got people from Pakistan, India, England, Australia, South Africa. 5 of the biggest nations in international cricket. But the overall objective for us is to enjoy obviously play to enjoy and to win and stuff like that, but also to showcase what cricket is to Mexicans, Mexican nationals. So when I was playing in Mexico in my team, there was a couple of Mexicans in the team, and we were feeding them into playing games regularly. Obviously, with the kids set up, there were most of the kids were Mexican, so bringing them through the system and then bringing them into adult cricket. Now, that's how you're going to get and feed in Mexicans into the actual national team as well. So that's been progressing over the time. And when I was last there, it was looking very healthy. Also with the women's cricket, with the women's cricket, I think there was only a couple of them who were expats, and the rest of them were Mexicans, basically. So for them to have a proper, women's setup with nationals, that was massive, and it was such a great achievement for Mexico cricket in general.